Roll the corn. I love each and every one of y'all, and I'm in love with each and every one of y'all. We know the truth now. Peace to God's chosen people on God's chosen land. Galil at the gun. ERG Elite Receipt Gang. We know the truth now. Put where you're from and put the corn in the chat. Put where you're from and put the corn in the chat. Put where you're from and put the corn in the chat. Roll the corn. Louisiana in the building. Baltimore in the building. Baltimore in the building. Lexington, Kentucky. North Carolina. Quinn, how you doing? Appreciate you. Dallas in the building. Miss Deborah, roll the corn. Huntsville, Alabama. Huntsville in the building. Deep today. Charlotte, Philly, Indiana. Josh, what up? Life agent, I appreciate that, brother. Chicago. Roll the corn. Barnesville, what up? Clarksdale, Mississippi in the Delta. Chicago. Mobile, Alabama. Roll the corn. Texas, what up? Y'all follow Life Agent. Follow Life Agent. Appreciate you, bro. Carl Macon, how you doing, kinfolk? Roll the corn. I got to get up to Ohio and holler at Casey and Carl Macon, man. Roll the corn. Dallas, Texas, what up? We know the truth now. Now, today, I'm going to go over some languages and kind of show how the languages kind of worked out. But this is hard work. Like a lot of times I can break the information down a little smoother, but this language, the only language that is hard to figure out is cuneiform. Cuneiform is the hardest language to figure out. It was found in America also, but it's different from only connection cuneiform has is it started off pictograms and petroglyphs. Pictoglyphs and petroglyphs. Hebrew started like that also, but it's two separate type styles of writing. And I've been studying that for years, but I ain't broke the code on exactly where that cuneiform came from. I'm still working on that cuneiform. But it started off the same way as Paleo-Hebrew, but it's just a different writing style. And I'm trying to, this stuff got to get studied for a long time, right? So, but I'm going to go over what I know and what I can explain, and I'm going to keep learning on that. Like I say, it's so much information that goes through these languages and these civilizations and where they come from. It's just hard. It's not easy as people think it is. Roll the corn. This stuff is hard. I like it. I like hard puzzles to figure out, though. It gives me something to do. You know what I'm saying? Roll the corn. Now, this is the Crete-Menian, the Keltu language, right? This is the Crete language found over there in Greece, where the Cretans or the Minoans, like y'all say, rolled the corn over there in ancient Crete, which is Greece, which is Europe, right? Now, everywhere I look, where these ancient cultures is some type of tar. Some type of tar. Everywhere I look, it's always tar. Egypt, Crete, Phoenician, ancient America, it's always a tar. Roll the call. So you have to take this with the meaning, with the symbol of Ta, and then you go back into the different civilizations and you try to match this up. Because let me explain something. When we talking about Paleo-Hebrew and Hebrew and Phoenician and all of that, it's a connection. It is a Semitic language. These are Semitic languages, right? Semitic languages are languages that started in one place and they went around to different places, right? That's what Semitic is. It started one place and this language ended up on the other side of the world, or where did it come from and ended up in different places. And then you can tell the people by the languages, right? So Ta, some type of sea, right? You see that? Ta, some type of sea. Let's keep going. Ta, some type of sea. Roll the coin. Now, ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics, the term Tameri, the beloved land. It got the Ta on there, right? Ta contains the hieroglyphic, land or earth, right? The name itself doesn't directly include hieroglyphic, but the hieroglyphic for plow also meant seed and things like that. But we want to try to find out Ta. We looking for Ta right now, right? Ta. Let's keep going. Now, the plow got something to do with this too. Some scholars have proposed the alternative reading for Tameri, the land of the hoe, canal land. You see it suggesting a link to the agriculture activities. So Tameri is linked to agriculture activities with some type of hoe or some type of plow, right? You got to understand that when you try to look at these languages and try to break down what the ancient culture was saying. It got something to do with the land of the hoe, farming, canal land, which is canals running off the water into agriculture, linking it to agriculture, right? The word Mary meaning beloved. So Tameri, right? Tameri, land, the beloved land. Tameri is beloved land. Ta meaning land of earth. Mary meaning beloved, right? It is believed to have a root connection to the plow due to its ancient act of digging the land being associated with love and affection, according to this website. So therefore, Tameri itself doesn't explicitly have a plow hieroglyph. The connection to the land and farming and etymology of Mary may indirectly link the concept of the plow to the ancient name for Egypt. Now, Tameri, the beloved land, the land of the hoe, the land of the plow. The beloved land had to have agriculture first, people. It had to have the best agriculture. That's what this means. The beloved land, land of the whole, land of the plow. This is the land where mass agriculture people come from. That's what they trying to tell you. This is the land where mass agriculture people come from. Tameri, right? Let's keep going. Now, when I look at the symbolism, right? We got the feather from Ma'at. That's what that is. That's the plow. Tameri, the plow. The plow knowledge is coming over there. The Ma'at is coming over there because that's the Haru feather. And this is some type of animal, like the crook and the flail. This is like the crook and the flail. Like it's kind of like cattle, Ma'at, the plow the fields. That's the number 8, I think. 8 or 13, one of the two, that's 8. So this could be the date that they came over there. But they're talking about Tamericans and they're talking about this, right? The boat, the plow, the Ma'at feather, the cattle shepherd. And I think this might be 8, it might mean 8th century BC or something like that. It might mean 8,000 BC, I don't know. I'm working on that. Like I tell y'all. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. I'm gonna tell y'all what I know and what I don't know and what I'm trying to figure out, right? Could this be the time when because I know that the Mayans have a number system just like this, right? And I think this means 8. So could this be like 8,000 BC or something like that? This the plow, this the boat, coming over on a boat. That's Ma'at teachings. This is the shepherd of cattle, right? That's what that is. That's why the pharaohs are buried like this with the crook and the flail. Agriculture, cattle. Crook and the flail. Agriculture, cattle, right? It got to go together to make sense. Now, let's keep going. Now, we got Greek, Phoenician, Proto-Semitic, and we got like ancient, like Egyptian and Hebrew, Paleo-Hebrew, right? The alphabet came from Paleo-Hebrew. You see that, right? You see that? It started here with pictoglyphs. Then you get a symbol from a pictoglyph. Then it gets to Phoenicians over there in the Middle East. Then it gets to Greeks, and you get the letter A, right? Now, people who are teaching that you speak in English before you speaking this shit over here, they lost their goddamn mind. Now, you don't know what the fuck you talking about, big dog. You making that shit up. The alphabet comes from evolution of Paleo-Hebrew through it started with pictoglyphs and petroglyphs. Then you hit Paleo-Hebrew. Then you hit these type of languages, Proto-Semitic. Then you get the Greek A, right? You see the sideways A right there? Then you get that shit. Therefore, English did not come before our ancient languages. This shit is common sense. I don't care what nobody teaching. I'm just going off what makes sense in the form of languages, right? You don't have no Greek English alphabet if you've never had Hebrew or hieroglyphics or Proto-Semitic languages. So when somebody teaching you that you were speaking English 3,000-4,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, he lost his goddamn mind. Fried. Roll the corn. Fried. Because this don't come before this. This come first. This on the back end. You see it? Let's look at it. The letter A has the shape of both of the head of the ox. That's where that shit come from. And the plow and the hollow used to till the ground. The letter A coming from the plow. Timeri. Plow, the land of the whole. Timeri. We created these damn languages. Let's keep going. In ancient times, sacrifice religious ritual, right? But they talking about some other shit. But an ox head is the first letter of the Proto-Sinaitic alphabet. Meant ox in Egyptian, right? Then you keep going down the line and you get A in Greek. So Greek letters do not come before ancient languages. That's where the fuck the English came from, ancient languages. Therefore, English is not your original language. If you're speaking Britain, English, Old English, and Creole and all that shit is English still. It's still English. It don't come before this. They just clear that up. Roll the corn. It do not come before that. Now you see the plow with the centaur, which is Sumerian type shit. Then you see the plow with the Egyptian. You see that, right? The land of the plow, the land of the hoe, Timeri. So this plow teaching came from somewhere with the languages, with the irrigation, with the structure building. The letters of the alphabet represent a sequence. They tell a story, right? Anti meant before in Latin. From it comes antechamber, the front room, antediluvian before the flood, and antebellum before the war, avant before in French, and antes before in Spanish. And ante is a poker, is a bet placed before cards are dealt. Like you up the ante, you up the ante. That's where they come from. So this plow knowledge is going through Samaria and it's going through Egypt. Where the fuck did it come from? Where did it come from? This is what we got to figure out. Roll the coin. Let's keep going. Now, we know the ox, the feather. When you see the ox in the the cow head, this is one of the most ancient. This is the first letter A, right? So this is hieroglyphics. This is hieroglyphics. This still got something to do with Paleo-Hebrew, people. The alphabet developed around 1900 BC when Egyptian hieroglyphics were standards for communication with scholars, right? We all know hieroglyphics is hooked to Paleo-Hebrew, and I'm going to show you that. I'm just going through a couple of, letting y'all see what I'm kind of talking about. Roll the coin. The alphabet evolved from earlier writing systems such as Proto-Sinaitic, Phoenician, and Paleo-Hebrew, in which the first letters was Alph, the head of the plow-pulling ox. The first letter came from a plow-pulling ox of agriculture. Damn. Now we starting to get it. The first pictoglyph of an A come from the head of an ox pulling a plow for agriculture. All this shit got something to do with agriculture. Even the languages. See what I'm saying? So when you find agriculture's first civilized people, you find the language. You find where this shit come from. See what I'm saying? See, this is what they ain't gonna teach you. The word alphabet originally alphabet. You see that? That's fire. That's fire. Hold on, let's go back. Alphabet. Right? Hold on. Let's go back and look at this. I think I seen it in here. Let me see. The first letter was Alph, head of the ox. Alph is a antecedent. Before you plant, you plow. Alph is before you plant, you motherfucking plow. Roll the corn, push the motherfucking plow. See what I'm saying? These languages is coming from, we are creating languages that talk about agriculture. That's fire, because that shows the importance of this agriculture knowledge moving around the world with these people, with these certain languages and certain traditions. That's fire. Alphabet. Roll the coin. The first two letters of the alphabet stand as a proud testament to an agriculture ideal of progress. The letter Alph depicts both the ground-tilling adze and the horn head of the Alph ox, which pulled the plow. The letter Bet meant house and traced the floor plan of a reed hut, a simple rectangular house with an open door. See that? This is where the languages come from. Taurus, age, ox sacrifice of those before, strit, virility, abba, antes plow before plant, architect, all-seeing eye. X, almost the letter of Chinese zodiac, rat, cheated, sacred cows of India, Hathor, guise of Zeus, bull. The plow, when it's time to plow, They go with the alphabet and the all-seeing eye. I told y'all the all-seeing eye got something to do with agriculture. Didn't I tell you that? That's where this shit come from. They can lie all they want. They can make up all the mythology they want. This is where it comes from. There's fire right there. There's fire. Let's keep going. Where we at? Now, we got all these damn A's. We got Alpha, Omega. Alpha, Omega. In Greek, Alpha, Omega. Shit don't come from Greek. Because the Alpha is the motherfucking A at the beginning of our ancient logic. Then Omega is the end of it. I'm finna show you. Roll the coin. Roll the coin. That's the last letter in the ancient letters. And the Alpha is the first. So it's Alpha, Omega. Right? I thought I had a receipt on that. But I had to go find a receipt on that. But this is where they come from. So all of that alpha, theta, omega, beta, all that shit come from us. all them Greek signs, that shit come from us. Roll the coin. It's ancient. Now, per, right? Now I just showed y'all the house. Let's go back. The house. When it say bit, let me find it. Alphabet, first two letters. Let me find the bit. The people who lived in the man house built cities, practiced settled agriculture. You see that? Now let me find the part I talked about bit. Here you go. Here you go. Bit. Roll the coin. The reed hut. Simple rectangular house with an open door. Right? Now that goes into this. Simple rectangular house with an open door. Now you have per, representing house. Right? Simple house. This is Hebrew, people. This is Hebrew. Per. That's Hebrew. They act like it's Egyptian, but it's Hebrew. Per Haru, the house of Haru, Peru, the house of Peru. Per Haru is Peru, the house of Peru. Per means house. You see that? Roll the coin. Let's go look at it. Per, rectangular with an open door. See that? Same thing they talking about with agriculture. Rectangular style house with open door. Let's go back and look at it. Right. Here we go. Rectangular house with open door. Rectangular house with open door. Per, Hebrew. Per Haru means the house of Haru. Let's keep going. This shit hard, man. This shit hard. Now, the Cretans are the Minions who had this language right here. You see that C with Ta? The C with Ta? Let's go look at Hebrew. Let's go look at a little Hebrew right here. Roll the coin. They built stuff like this with columns, people. The Hebrew built things like this with columns. They got Hebrew lettering, column buildings. They done tore it all down. But some of this stuff is still up. Some of these places are still up. They be acting like the Moorish people built them. Nah. Why these people got Hebrew languages building buildings with columns? This is before Moors, people. That's why I be trying to explain to people that ancient culture put them damn columns up. Them Corinthian, them corn columns, they put them up. Not these new civilizations. They want to take the credit for ancient melanated people from here credit. Now you starting to understand it? Moors ain't built this. The Cretans, the Minoans built this. Right? I got to keep a picture of the Minoans on deck just so people can know how they look. I keep a picture on deck so you can know how they look. This how they look. This who put them damn columns up. This who putting the Hebrew letters all over Greece, ancient Greece. Roll the corn, avocados and corn walls all over that motherfucker. Looking just like this, building shit like this. Stop playing with us. We put them columns on them damn buildings. That's our shit. Why you think America got the columns? This the old form of columns. There's Capitol building downtown where you at, the new form. Same people built it. Roll the corn. Now you see where I'm going? You see where I'm going? Let's keep going. Now you see the C. You see the C. Ta. Let's keep going. Roll the corn. Now, in Hebrew, the word ta, you see that right there? That downwards looking C. You see that? That down. This is newer Hebrew. This Hebrew in the Bible. This ain't the paleo. Paleo like this. Let's go back to Cretan. Let's go back to the Cretes. There you go right there. Let's go back to the Cretes. There you go right there. Hold on. Here you go. Right here. Ta. See that? Ta with the C. Let's go to the regular Hebrew again. There go the C right there. It's just down. It's the same shit. This is Hebrew. Them people who built Greece, ancient Greece, is Hebrews. Roll the corn. It's the same language. One of them just older, but they got the same look. The guard room. Type of room, the guard room. This the guard room with the C on it. See that? Ta. Going right along with Ty Mary. Let's keep going. Talking about the beloved land. Roll the corn. We're going to show you the beloved land. They go to Ta. See the downward C? You see the C in the new Hebrew? C? There's Hebrew, big dog. There's Hebrew. It don't look like much, but it's so damn old. That's exactly what they saying. This is as acting like they don't know. And then when I researched the Cretans, we don't know what kind of language that is. Yes, the fuck y'all do. Stop playing. Y'all know exactly what the people is who built this shit, how they looked. Y'all know everything, but y'all hide our history. Y'all know everything. Let's keep going. Now, see it? Tau. The Tau cross come from Ty Mary. They can stop it. The Tau cross is the base of the Ankh. The Tau cross is the base of the Ankh. That knowledge comes from here. That's why you got all this Ty Mary. Roll the corn. Now, let's go look here. Early Hebrew, Middle Hebrew, Late Hebrew, Modern Hebrew. The C is Modern Hebrew. For Ta. See that? See that C? It be turned to all different type of ways, but it's the same thing. Ta. Well, let's go back to the early Hebrew. Now I'm finna roll the corn. Yeah. See what I'm saying? All these niggas talk about what they think this shit mean. You don't even know the half. This ain't no old Mega X, nigga. This ain't no Tuttle She X. This ain't none of that. We finna go way back. Y'all be looking at these letters thinking y'all already explained it, but you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. This new Hebrew. Let's go back. Let's go back. The earliest Hebrew of Ta. That's Ta. That's the Ty Mary sign. I'm finna roll the corn so goddamn hard. that you might as well get out the way. Get out the way. If you ain't gonna teach it right, get out the truth now way. This is what they got over there in the Middle East and in Africa. Modern Hebrew. Let's go back to where that shit come from. Where it come from, truth? Early Hebrew. Now what that sign is right there? Who got that sign right there? Ooh, you finna be surprised who got it. You gonna be surprised who got it. Roll the coin. They keep on going. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. Roll the coin. Let's go on bust their head. We ain't got time to play. I ain't even gonna play with them. Modern Hebrew, early Hebrew. Oh my goodness. Mississippian pottery with the X. What kind of people these is? What the hell is that? We putting early Hebrew on pottery. The Mississippian. Let's go back and look again. You think this shit a joke? Modern Hebrew, Greek. This shit turned into numbers. Hebrew turns into numbers, and I'm going to teach you that. All this shit come from us. Let's go way back to the X. Let's go back to the X. Mississippians. Who taught them that? What the fuck is Their ancestors taught them, because that's where this shit come from. That's why the Olmec wear the X. That's why everybody wearing the X. It come from a culture that started with the X. We started with the goddamn X. Didn't nobody teach us that over here on the Mississippi River but our ancestors. Y'all learned that shit from Egypt and goddamn Phoenicians and Sumerians. Y'all have 5 cultures over there teaching this because it was later down the line. We had one culture teaching this. The Southeastern Indian had this X. The mound builders. I'm gonna get, y'all think this ain't got nothing to do with Ty Mary? This ain't got nothing to do with Ty Mary. Watch this. Let's go back to Egypt. That's why I showed y'all this shit. Don't forget nothing I showed you. Don't forget nothing I show you. The Ty Mary symbol in Egypt is the X. The Ty Mary symbol in Egypt is the X, people. Let me get the receipt. Let me get the receipt. Roll the coin. Mary symbol in Egypt is the X, people. Let me get the receipt. Let me get the receipt. Roll the coin. Roll the coin. Give me a 2 in the chat. Give me a 2 in the chat. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Wish I could find my old receipt with the whole layout on there. I need the whole layout. I can't find it today, though. Gonna take too long to find it. But the Ty Mary symbol in Egypt is the plow and the X and the feather. Roll the coin. This goes with Ty Mary. Ty Mary. That means somebody brought this knowledge over there. Tamaricans. The beloved land people. The people of the plow. The people of the hoe. Roll the coin. Let's keep going. Early Hebrew. It still means the same thing. The center of the galaxy. Galactic center. That's what it really means. That's what it really means, people. Who taught them that astrology? Let's go back and break that down from yesterday. Let me show you that from yesterday so you won't never forget it. Roll the coin. You ain't gonna forget this. The galactic cross. That's where the X come from, people. The galactic cross. That's what the X means. We are showing you agriculture teachings from the center of the motherfucking universe. That's what the X is. It ain't all that other shit they try to tell you it is. This is what it is. Mississippians knew about astrology, people. Mississippians knew about astrology. What you think this mean? What you think this mean? Same thing. It's the same thing the Sumerians got, Egyptians, Indus Valley, same thing. It's the same teaching, but this is older. You see where I'm coming from? Roll the corn. Same stuff. Tamari taught us that. Tamari taught us that. Ancient Hebrew writing. Tav, Ta, the X, Hebrew alphabet. Talking about Hebrew, talking about the teaching of these people don't exist. You a lie? You don't know what you're talking about. Little do you know, this is the Tamari symbol in Egypt. Let's keep going. Little do you know. Little do you know. Let's keep going. Roll the corn. Now, where was I? Where was I? Okay. Roll. I got to shrink this down. You see that? Do you see that? You see that? You see that tar? What the hell is that? You see the tar? What is that? Yeah. You see that? That's that ancient Hebrew. Where they get it from over there? Us. Cause Ty go right along with Tamari, the beloved land that come this, yeah. Who the Ties? What the Ty people at? Right here. Yeah, Mississippians. This is where the shit come from. They thought it didn't mean Ty. They thought it didn't mean Ty. To truth now, bust them upside the head. Roll the corn. Ty. Ta-ta. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Tatas. Ra. Oh, y'all thought Ra and Ta? Oh, y'all think that shit come from Egypt, don't you? Hieroglyphics come from Hebrew. Now you starting to get it? Now you starting to get the people they speak of ain't from there? Then y'all took their knowledge and made it into a whole hieroglyph because you mixed with them? Ra is Hebrew. Don't think Ra Egyptian, nigga. Don't you ever think Ra Egyptian. Don't you think Tamari is Egyptian. Nah. There was a language before it ever got to that land. They were saying Ra and Ta before they even got to their goddamn land. Shah, Pa, Wa, Za, all that was Hebrew. Roll the corn. This way before it ever got to Egypt. Do you see it? Before I move on. Tamari. This is the teaching. This is a symbol, a sign. This is the fucking X-Man sign stamping on y'all walls, showing you my people been there. I'm going to show you that. Stamp their ass, Tamari. So truth now can figure it out. Stamp them up. Stamp them up. Ta. Moving along. Looking like a C. Moving along down in history. Ta. Let's keep going. Roll the corn. Ta. Looking like that C. That rectangular C that you see over there with the minions. Let's go back to the minions. That old rectangular C, Ta. Ooh, I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm going to be reading Hebrew around here in a minute. Y'all ain't going to be able to stop me then. Y'all might as well just go and put the hit out on truth now. When I be able to read all this shit, it going to tell the story of my people going over there civilizing y'all ass. And I'm going to tell the whole story I'm snitching on all. I'm putting cases on all you motherfucking U.S. corporation line, government ass people. I'm putting cases on all y'all. Roll the coin. Ta. Ta. Let's go back. Ta. Hold on. Ta. C. Ta. C. Roll the coin. Ta and the X also. All that shit is our shit. It just evolved. Now, Canaanite, they go to X. You see that? Phoenician got the X. Hebrews got the X. The Canaanites got the X. These are our people. Now you see what's going on? We ain't the damn Egyptian. We mixed with them. We the Canaanites. We the damn Hebrews evolving to the Phoenician. Then the damn Arabian more mixing with us using the symbol. But this is where the knowledge came in at. Canaanite over there. Hebrew, Phoenician, X. You see it? Roll the coin. All that Canaanite, Canaan in the Bible, them our people. This they damn symbol. You see it? Let's keep going. Go read about the Canaanites and learn the great things that they done in the Middle East and Egypt. That's what you gonna do. Break that down. Let's keep going. Now, later on down the line, they got T and Tav with the C upside down. Modern Hebrew. Modern Hebrew. Let's keep going. Mississippian pottery often features the X symbol among the elements which are important to identifying the dating of these artifacts. The X all over that shit. The X all over that. That come from Ta. These are the people of Ta. Roll the coin. These Hebrews, big dog. I don't know what the hell y'all thought they was. These ain't no damn Native Americans. These are our people. The symbolism's still there. You just gotta know how to read it. They go to pottery. They go to pottery. Roll the coin. Now, let's go to New Mexico. The Ten Commandments, Haru, and the Ankh cross, all found in New Mexico. This is what we're going to look at right here. We're going to take this shit a day at a time. Look at that right there. You see that? You see that right there? The sideways A. You see that? Y'all look at that before I go to the next slide. The sideways A. You see that, right? Let's keep going. Now, in Hebrew, the word tav means mark, sign, or seal. A mark, a sign, or a seal. A seal of Tamari. That's what they're trying to tell you. A seal. You use this to show a people. This is a seal. Ta turned into tav, right? Ta turned into tav. Let me break that down right quick before I move on. Let's keep going. Now I tell y'all what. I tell you what. Whatever see that. Hold on. What is sideways? I want to show y'all the sideways first. The sideways Z first, right? This right here. I mean the A. Let me show y'all that first. Let me show you that first. Roll the coin. There you go right there. You see that? Alpha. You see that? You see that? The X always got the T. But that's Hebrew. Paleo Hebrew. On the wall in New Mexico. You see that? Do you see that? It's paleo, big dog. This shit old as hell. Y'all can stop playing. It's old as hell. Now let's go back to this. Let's go back to this. Let's go back to this. Right here. You see that N? Tav, the N means mark, sign, and seal. See that? Tav. I'm going to show y'all Indians were using that. I'm going to show you Indians were using that Hebrew character right here on this live. I'm going to show you melanated Indians from the Southeast using that same Hebrew letter in this goddamn live. So help me. Roll the coin. Let's keep going. You see that N, right? Let's go through that N a couple of times. Let's go through that a couple of times. Just to show you what it is. Tav. The beginning and the end. The beginning and the end, right? Alpha is the first letter and Omega is the last. Greek took that and turned it into Alpha Omega. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let me show you. Alpha Omega. Alpha Omega, same shit. Aleph. That's where alphabet come from. With the A. This is the first, one of the first letters of the old culture. Then this is the new shit. Roll the coin. Alpha Omega. Same thing, but this is older in Hebrew. Same thing. But I want y'all to remember this letter right here. Remember this letter. These are the first languages, some of the first languages. Remember this letter. Let's keep going. The Alf and the Tav, the beginning and the ending, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. That's first, people. You see that? It's first. That motherfucker X first. Y'all can stop playing with us. Alf and Tav. Alf and Tav. The beginning and the end, first and the last. This the real Hebrew right here. We came up with that. Don't you see where I'm going with this? We the fucking beginning. We the beginning. We the Alf. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Ancient American artifacts. Hebrew found in Newark. Right? Hebrew script, Lower New Mexico. A creator of the throne and the ancient Proto-Hebrewic script. Okay, that ain't enough. Let's keep going. Yes, Hebrew letters can be function as both words and numbers. Hebrew letters can be words and numbers. Do you see that N right there? You see the first one? You see that N is number one, right? You see that N is one? This the beginning. Roll the coin. You see that, right? The N is one, the beginning. You see it? Now watch this. Who using them letters, Truth? Who got that N in their alphabet when y'all pulled up in America? Who got it in their alphabet when you pull up in America, Truth? Roll the coin. There you go right there. Who were doing it? Ain't that the same N? Ain't that the same damn N? Huh? It's Hebrew, right? I ain't tripping, is it? Hebrew letters and Hebrew numbers? I ain't tripping, is it? Who are doing it? Let's zoom in. Hebrew characters. Creek. Muskogee. Hebrew characters. They go to N right there, number one. They go to N number one right there. I thought my people wasn't saying nothing about no Hebrew. Huh? I thought we weren't speaking no motherfucking Hebrew. I thought we were out here speaking Creole and English and goddamn French and British and Spain. We wasn't speaking that shit. These letters can be used as numbers or words. Let's go back and look at it again. Hebrew letters can function as both words and numbers. They go to N right there, number 1. Let's blow it up. N number 1. What the Creek Indians were doing in the South. Hebrew characters, the N was number 1. Hebrew. You see that? Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with truth now. Stop playing with the truth, man. Our ancestor was speaking Hebrew. So y'all can stop all that with my language at. You broke my motherfucking language, colonizers and hunter-gatherers. You broke my language. You broke us from our language. And these same people with these same letters on the other side of the damn world, talking about this is Semitic language. That shit come from here. Because the people is still speaking Hebrew in the 1500s. Now, that's where the mounds come into play at, people. That's where the mounds come into play at. That's what astrology come into play at. That's where these big-ass crop fields that became plantations come into play at. These people enslaved God's chosen people. I'm about to cry. These people enslaved God's chosen people on God's chosen land. I'm 100% sure of what I'm telling y'all. These people came over here and enslaved God's chosen people who created all of that stuff y'all read in them books and enslaved them right there on their ancestor crop field and called it a plantation and told us we from Africa. The biggest misnomer lie, the most hurtful lie ever told in history. Got us over here killing each other, hating each other. We are God's chosen people. Nature's chosen people. Got us over here thinking we ain't shit, doing drugs and smoking drugs and drinking alcohol and unaliving each other and competing against each other. And we God's chosen people. The whole motherfucking time. Roll the corn. I'm serious now. I used to be talking shit, but I'm serious. These people have enslaved the most ancient, knowledgeable, closest to God people on the face of the earth. Because they were not tarnished by material things. They were not tarnished by hate and greed. They were not tarnished about competition against their own people. We was the last people left on the face of the earth that was not tarnished by worldly things. Y'all fucked us up. Y'all got to pay for this shit. Roll the corn. Y'all got to pay for that. You hunter-gatherers and colonizers got to pay for this. This is why history is important. How the fuck is a Creek Indian talking about the number 1 in Hebrew? How? I thought Hebrew started in the Middle East. Huh? Africa. Hebrew started right down here in the southeast of America. I found receipts a Hebrew script wrote on corn walls all through Tennessee. Whole wall full of Hebrew. They buried the whole goddamn wall. They buried the whole wall. The whole wall got Hebrew script all over it. They buried the whole wall. Hunter-gatherers got shovels and buried Hebrew script on masonry in Tennessee. Miles long of walls. I got the receipts. I don't know what else to say. Like, I'm at a loss for words. I don't even know how to feel. Listen to me, man. Our people were pure. Pure. We believed in nature. Therefore, nature believed in us. Therefore, we are nature's chosen God. Nature is God. We are God's chosen people. We were growing agriculture, not hurting the earth, feeding our people with no evil in mind. We didn't have to be evil because we didn't need nothing. We weren't trying to get the new shit, the new collar Jordans. We weren't trying to cut throat for no materials. Roll the corn. Roll the corn. There it is right there. Hebrew. Creeks. Choctaw was speaking the same thing. Natchez Indian was speaking the same thing. They quit lying. Yamasee, Seminoles, all them people speaking the same thing. Chickasaws, all of them were speaking the same damn Hebrew. These are some of the words they were saying, people. Choab, to breathe, Sukkot. This is not no damn... We don't even know what kind of language this is, bro. This ain't no English. Do it look like English to you? Come on, man. Roll the corn. Let me shrink that down so y'all can see the whole thing, bro. Look at number 2. Look at number 2, y'all. The C back this way. Look at the 2. C back that way, that's Hebrew, bro. Who was writing it? Who the hell was writing it? The savage Indians. Hebrew characters. Chickasaw, Cherokee, Muskogee Creek, Hebrew method of counting. These are not natives. I don't give a fuck what is y'all talking about. These not no damn natives, bro. These are ancestors, bro. Speaking Hebrew in the South in 500 years ago, we were speaking Hebrew. When they got here. Modern Hebrew became European digits. Come on, man. Hebrew text. Letters of the alphabet. That's where they got that from. Whether a Hebrew letter is being used as a number or a letter depends on the context. For example, in religious texts, you might see letters used to identify numbers, while in everyday conversation, the European digits would be used. All that shit come from us. All of it. Roll the corn. Let's keep going. Hebrew and Phoenician are closely related, belonging to the Canaanite language family. The Canaanite language family? Remember that. Canaanite language family. Let me show you who they is. Canaanite language family? Okay. Roll the coin. Canaanite language family. Okay. We finna get to the bottom of that too. Let's get to the bottom of that too, Truth. Who was speaking that language? Where did it come from? What is older than Canaan? Where Canaan got the name Canaan from? This one receipt right here gonna break the internet, and I keep it on deck. I keep this receipt on deck. I keep it on deck. Hebrew is Canaan. Kanai is older. This is older than that. This is what they were saying over there. This is what we were saying over here. That word came from this word. Who are the damn Canaanites? See where I'm going with this? Do you see where I'm going with this? That's English. They try to act like it's Hebrew, but that's English right there. That's Hebrew right there. Don't make me pull the receipt. Anybody down that I'll pull the receipt right now. If you don't believe me, say something in the chat, because I'll pull the receipt right now. This English based, this is ancient Paleo Hebrew based. Who is the Canaanites? Who was speaking in truth? Creek Indians. Creek, you say pull it? You want me to pull it? You want me to pull it? That's English. This Paleo. Creek Indian was speaking real Paleo Hebrew. Them people over there putting the English version of Kenai. You say, please pull it? Hold on, man. Dang, I got to pull all the receipts. Roll the coin while I'm gone. You say, please pull it? Hold on, man. Dang, I got to pull all the receipts. Roll the coin while I'm gone. Y'all don't want no receipt, man. Y'all don't want no receipts. Give me a 2 in the chat. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. What do you say? We missed the whole truth. Galil Ed the God. Y'all hear me? Give me a 2 and some corn. 2 and some corn. 2 and some corn. 2 and some corn. Give me a 2 and some corn. Y'all got me? Corn in the chat? Okay. Canaan is an anglicization of the Hebrew word Canaan. The etymology of the name is uncertain out of these several theories, right? This Semitic root meaning to be low, humble, or depressed. Humble people. Humble people. Canaan came from Canaan. I ain't done. Canaan is an English word of the Hebrew name Canaan. Roll the corn. Watch this. Canaan come from the Hebrew word Canaan, according to the book of Genesis. It's really a K, Canaanites, not Canaan. It come from this. We were saying this, they were saying this. English is after Hebrew. Who was first? Who the hell was first? It's common sense. If we saying Canaan and they saying Canaan, we are the first people to use that terminology because it's Hebrew. Canaan is English, motherfucker. Canaan English. This is Hebrew. We were saying this. Creek Indians were saying this. Fuck. fire. Now you understand it? Now you understand why they over there calling these God's chosen people Canaanites over there? Now you get it? They come from here. That's why they were calling them that. They come from here. They using Hebrew characters, saying Hebrew words. That's older than the English version. See, a lot of people say this shit, but they can't prove it. A lot of people say, oh, we was Hebrews, but they can't prove. I can prove it. I'm going to prove everything I say. If I can't prove it, I ain't even going to talk about it. This ain't no speculation page. This ain't no if, maybe ass page. When you come to Truth Now page, I'm going to break this shit down to where you can show it to somebody else and make them a believer. Yes, the people they talking about in the Bible are your bloodline. They come from the Hebrew Bible, big dog. Them people they talking about, them Canaanites, them your bloodline. Them your people from right here in the Southeast that went around the world and put this knowledge on the other side of the world. Now do you understand I call y'all God's chosen people? One more receipt. One more receipt. One more receipt. Now do you understand I call y'all God's chosen people? One more receipt. One more receipt. One more receipt. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Y'all hear me? Give me some coin. Put the coin in the chat. Put the coin in the chat. Now they try to say the Canaanites are separate from the Israelites, but that's cap. Israelites were actually a subgroup of the Canaanites who developed their own distinct identity. Israelites were primarily Canaanites who migrated to the hill country and gradually formed a separate culture and religious identity, rather than a group that arrived from outside Canaan. So the Canaanites are the people who moved around, became the Hebrew Israelites who migrated to the hill country on their own. So Israelites is really Canaanites. Right? And who are the Israelites? God's chosen people. Huh? Israelites is a subgroup of Canaanites who became God's chosen people in the Bible. Their descendants will be a blessing to all nations. Now you get it? Now you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? All of them your people. Because Canaanite ain't even the ancient word. It's a K, not a C. Now I just took you all the way from the Bible, all the way back to the Southeast. Them people are talking about your bloodline in the Southeast. We are God's chosen, nature's loving people. A lot of people talk about this Hebrew Israelite stuff, and I would love to talk to y'all Hebrew Israelites and school y'all, because y'all think they come from Israel. But they migrated to Israel. You don't act like you don't know this, Hebrew Israelites. They migrated to Israel. Canaanites, actually a subgroup of Canaanites who developed their own distinct identity. What they do? Migrated to the hills of Israel. Stop playing. They're not from there. Migrated. They not from there. Hebrew Israelites, Israel people. They came there. Where the fuck did they come from? That's what y'all got to start asking y'allself. Stop listening to them damn books talking about they came from the area. They did not come from the area because Canaanites are agriculture people. Israel is the desert. Jerusalem is the desert. Somebody who left agriculture, learned it on their own land, bought it over there. Then they became God's chosen people in a wicked land, people. We were doing good around hunter-gatherers who were wicked. Don't you see the difference? That's why we don't have no Canaanite story over in our area. Because we was already doing great things. We was going against evil people over here when our bloodline got over here. That's why the first Cushites was fighting Arabs and shit. Trying to take the land and the agriculture and the gold. Now you see what's going on? Then after they finally beat us, they exiled us back to Azareth. What Azareth sound like, people? What does Azareth sound like? That's America. But what does Azareth sound like in the Jesus of Nazareth? I'm done, bro. The end, the first Azareth. Okay, y'all laughing. Y'all laughing. Y'all laughing? Bro, this shit is real. I'm laughing because I'm telling y'all the truth, bro. That's where they got the Jesus of Nazareth name from. They called America Azareth. They exiled us back to Azareth. It took a year and a half to get the people back to Azareth. Kick them out of here. Kick them Hebrews out of here. Then you get the Bible, the Jesus of Nazareth. And the end is the one in Hebrew. On front of Azareth. The first. And then they talk about, we're going to take them back to the land where the rest of the Hebrews is. What? Y'all going to sit here and play on my top like that? Y'all better research this shit. All right. Go read about the Assyrians kicking out the Hebrew Israelites back to their Azareth. Go read about it. Went across the body of water for a year and a half, bringing some of them back to the land where their ancestors were from. Go look it up. I ain't even going to pull them receipts today. That's too much. They took those pages out of the Bible. They took them out. They called Second Esdras, 2 ESDRAS. Go look it up. Second Esdras. Go read it. Sitting there telling you what they done to our people. And then in the Old Testament, they got the truth. And in the New Testament, they got some cap in there. See, the New Testament all cap. The Old Testament cap too, but it's some truth in there. They just make it look good for what they culture got going on. But they talk about in Second Esdras in the Old Testament, right? What they done to these people. Now, Christopher Columbus was quoting quotes out of the Second Esdras. He knew God's chosen people was already over here because they learned it through European history. They learned it through European history. See, can I find a receipt? If I can't, I'll have to show it to you another day. Christopher Columbus was writing quotes in his diary from the second Esdras. He knew that God's chosen people was on this land. He knew where they were from. See, they already knew that over there. They knew what was going on. Don't think them people don't know what was going on. What date is it? June 11th? Here you go. Watch this. Arzareth, Jesus of Nazareth. Woo! America. Here you go. Columbus identified America. The land, the name of the land beyond the great river. Habitation of man in which the 10 tribes observing the laws of Moses until the time. He knew what kind of people was over there. Hebrew migration, second Esdras, from over here to here. Hold on, let me roll June 11th. Let me get the rest of the receipts. June 11th, hold on. Roll the coin. June 11th. Where them receipts at? Roll the coin. Hebrew migration, second Esdras, from the Middle East back to America. You see that? You see that? They trying to say that's where these stones come from when our people came back. They start making stuff like this in a newer Hebrew style that matches the date. You see what I'm saying? This ain't paleo. This is modern Hebrew. So let's keep going. I want to show y'all what Christopher Columbus knew about the second Esdras, so you can understand what I'm trying to tell you. These people knew where they were going. They know what was going on. They know who was already here. Don't let these people lie to you. Do not let these people lie to you. Roll the coin. Azareth, another land, people. See it? It was in the King James Version. They took it out. They took it out. Columbus uses the Bible to find America. He used the second Esdras. He knew the second Esdras was talking about God's chosen people going back to God's chosen land. He knew where to go. He knew to come west and come on over here. Roll the coin. He just went out here. They talking about he was lost. That motherfucker wasn't lost. The Bible was already wrote when he brought his ass over here. The knowledge from ancient Mesopotamia and ancient Africa had already went around Europe. That's why the Bible is so important to the history. They reading the Bible, trying to figure out where is the promised land? Where is God's chosen land? Where are these people at? Right over here to the west in Arzareth, which was wrote in ancient times. Don't think that motherfucker think he going to India. That's cap. See, people just be talking shit. Oh, he just got lost and stumbled upon India and called it Indios and fuck all that. That man knew exactly where he was going. Because the older history told him that they took these people back to the west, to Arzareth. You think the Bible ain't got nothing in there from Mesopotamia, you lost your mind. All that Mesopotamian history went right in the Bible. All that Egyptian, Israel, Jerusalem, and Mesopotamian history went right in the Bible. But the teachings come from ancient times. Then you write the book after thousands of years, then he get it and figure out that them people still over there on God's chosen land. And it's gold over there. The land is plentiful. Land of milk and honey is already in the Bible. He on the way. Roll the coin. The king and the damn queen know this too. Why you think they sent this stupid ass over there? Huh? Why you think they funded him to go? They know where they were going. These people ain't playing. King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella helped finance Christopher Columbus' trip. They knew where he was going. They come to take over those lands because those lands are plentiful. The writing of Esdras sent their ass over here. Roll the coin. The Don't you see the pattern? Don't you see what's going on? Ain't nothing but coinkydink, people. You just don't stumble upon no great nation of great people. And then when I go back into the old books, it talks about how fierce the melanated Indian was in the Southeast. That's why it took so long to get them, people. We had already fought these motherfuckers off for a long time. Don't think it just started in 1492. No. They had been coming over there getting their head bust. See, this what you got to understand about America that sets America different from every other country. When you pull up in America, we got trees, waterways. I'm talking about you can't even see 10 feet off the shore. You don't know what you getting into. We got forests. Over there, they ain't got no trees like that. They spread out. When you hit American soil, it's forest everywhere. You don't know where the enemy coming from. You can't see them. Them people were coming over here getting their ass slaughtered way before 1492. Roll the corn. I got books talking about it. We had mastered the land, people. You couldn't just pull up. But around 1492, they end up getting a colony and they start bringing in a whole bunch of troops. Because you just can't send one ship. You got to send a whole army over there. That's what DeSoto come in at. Motherfuckers like him. Spanish hit the South, whole bunch of troops on bullshit. On bullshit because the people before them got slaughtered. They call your tribe warriors, people. You are warriors. This shit wasn't nothing to play with for thousands of years. Do you think we just sit over here and just got made slaves after 1 or 2 years? We fought these motherfuckers for years. Come on, man. Why you think Chief Tuscaloosa name is the Black Warrior? I ain't even gonna pull the receipt. Chief Tuscaloosa is the Black Warrior. The melanated Creek chief was the warrior. He was a warrior. These were warriors. They were ready to fight. It took these people a long time to conquer this area. It just ain't happened overnight. Chief Tuscaloosa, 7-foot warrior, mound builder. The Black Warrior. Living along the Black River, building mounds in Alabama. Choctaw warriors. Natchez Indian warriors. Where you think they got the Golden State Warriors from? Where you think all these names come from? It was some warriors out there in San Francisco in ancient times, fighting. That's why they call them the Golden State Warriors. Right there by the fucking bridge. I got their receipt too. The Delta Devils, the Mississippi Valley Delta Devils. Listen to the name of the colleges. The Delta Devils, they from the Delta, they mound builders, they savage Indians. They call them Delta Devils, sinners. Them Choctaws, bro. Arizona State Sun Devils. Don't you see what they calling you in your face? You a sun devil. You worship the sun and your ass melanated. You a sun devil. Duke Blue Devils. Tobacco fields. Roll the corn. Listen to the names of these colleges, people. Listen, just listen to the names. The Red Raiders. The Texas Tech Red Raiders. They naming somebody. Either they talking about a native or they talking about a melanated Indian. Or they talking about the people who actually done something to them. The Cavaliers. Come on, man, listen. The Jayhawk. Do you know what a Jayhawk really is? Kansas Jayhawks. It ain't no bird. A Jayhawk is people who murder Indians. A Jayhawk is people who murder unalive Indians. There ain't no damn Kansas Jayhawk. The real Jayhawk is people who unalive Indians. Look it up. Where do you think these names come from? Huh? Roll the corn. Roll the corn, man. This stuff is right in our face. The Mississippi Choctaws. The college is a Choctaw. That's the damn logo. Them the people who were there before y'all put that damn college there. The Mississippi College Choctaws. Come on, man. Tougaloo is a Choctaw name. Tougaloo College, the historic Tougaloo College in Mississippi, that's a Choctaw word. Between two rivers. These people ain't came up with no names and no places. They just use the same names the indigenous people were using. That's it. Roll the corn. These cities and places are still named some of the old places to this day. Alabama had a part called Mesopotamia, people. Alabama used to be called Mesopotamia. Come on, bro. Why is our ancient shit called Mesopotamia? Mobile, Alabama is named after Mobile Indians. Come on, man. Tuscaloosa, Alabama named after a melanated Indian. Simple. Tuskegee is an Indian name also. Yes, Chattanooga is an Indian name. Yes, it is. These are words these people used. Chattahoochee, Chattanooga, Creek Indians. Muskogee. Come on, bro. Ogeechee, Geechee. It ain't African. They come from the Ogeechee River. Why you gonna name an African after an American river? Come on, bro. These people think we fucking retarded, bro. They gonna try to say Ogeechee come from Africa. Ogeechee is a river in South Georgia. Motherfucker been named Geechee before they got here. Oh, that's African. Our people so lost they think it's African and they probably live right up beside the Geechee River. Come on, man. We gotta outthink these people. They are changing words, Hebrew words, into English words, people. They are changing Hebrew words into English words. Don't you see the pattern? Canaan turned into Canaan. When you put the English on top of the Hebrew, you are colonizing, changing letters, changing etymology of words that mean other things to ancient cultures. Simple. And I can go through 100 words in America that they just switched. Because Mississippi didn't even have no S. It had a Z. Mississippi, just like Miss Raheem. Roll the corn. Red clay. Red clay on the Mississippi River. Mississippi. Don't you get it now? One more receipt. Watch this. One more receipt. Red clay on the Mississippi River. Mississippi. Don't you get it now? One more receipt. Watch this. One more receipt. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Give me some corn. Give me a 2. Give me some corn. Give me a 2. Give me some corn. Let me break this down right quick. This the last big breakdown of the day. Let me break this down. Everybody in here, give everybody a chance to put the corn in the chat so y'all can hear me. I want y'all to hear me clearly with this. I want y'all to hear me clearly with this. Mississippi was Mississippi. M-I-Z, not M-I-S. M-I-Z. You hear me? Give me some corn in the chat. This is how you change a Hebrew word to an English word. Mizraim is Hebrew. Mississippi with a Z is Hebrew. It's coming from Mizraim, the Mizraim River. That's where that knowledge come from. Ain't no goddamn Mizraim and no, they saying it in Egypt, but ain't no Mizraim in Egypt. They just call something else that because they made it the same way. Watch this. Roll the corn. Mizraim or Mizraim is a narrow place or strait on the river. That's where they got that from, Mizraim. That's where Mississippi come from. The narrow straits and narrow places on the river, right? The red soil of the Mizraim. See, in the old books, it's talking about the narrow places and straits with the red soil. Let's keep going. Mississippi River has narrow straits. That's where they got this shit from, especially compared to the broader, the narrow straits of the red soil on the river. That's where Mizraim come from. M-I-Z. Hold on, let me get the right word. Let me get the right word. That's a Hebrew word. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Give me some corn. Give me a 2. Give me some corn. Y'all hear me? Now, they act like this ain't connected, but this is connected. Mizraim is a Hebrew word. They try to say it's Egypt. Now, do Egypt even sound like Mizraim? Let's just use common sense. Do Egypt even sound like Mizraim? Where the hell this come from? And it is the name for Egypt. No, it sounds more like Mississippi with a Z, right? The first etymology of this goes into making the word Mississippi, M-I-Z-I-P-I. Hebrew, because this Hebrew, and this is the first etymology of Mississippi, meaning Mizraim, the narrow straits of the river. Right? That's where you get Mississippi from, M-I-Z, from Mizraim, the red clay of the narrow straits of the river. Does the Mississippi have red clay? Yes. the biggest spot in the world. These words are not coming from nowhere, people. These words are coming from other things before them. Now the people of Mizraim built Egypt. You starting to get it? The Mississippi River ain't the first Nile. The Nile is the second Mississippi. Now you understand it? Don't say this is Egypt. Say our people are in Egypt. This is Mississippi. This ain't Egypt. We live way better over here than we ever lived over there. So don't call this Egypt. Call that the Mississippi over there. Now you get it? Egypt is just an evolved culture coming from here. Later down the line. I'm talking thousands of years. This ain't Egypt. This ain't the desert. Egypt talked about ancestors from paradise. Where you think the ancestors from paradise came from? Imagine how great the Southeast looked ancient times with the mound builders, with all this fruit and vegetables and crop fields and catfish. Imagine how beautiful America looked without all this bullshit over here now. Lemon trees, oranges, plums, figs, goddamn everything growing over here. Oranges falling off the tree. This paradise, nigga. Flowed up the Mississippi River 2,000 years ago. You ain't looking for nothing to eat. Catfish this big, corn this big, oranges, lemons, pomegranates, figs, big ass deer, big stupid deer meat, roll of corn. Wasn't nobody starving over here. This was paradise. This is the paradise the Egyptian speaks of. The field of reeds. This the fucking field of reeds right here. This is where their ancestors come from. They knew that, so they called this paradise, the land of milk and honey. You don't call the desert a paradise. Do you call the desert a paradise? When y'all ever took a trip to the desert trying to get in the pool and see some damn blue water? And that ain't paradise, big dog. Huh? You think Egypt called it now? You think they call it desert paradise? No, they're talking about a whole nother country. We're talking about thousands of years ago, people. We're not talking about today. Nigga talking about Vegas in the comments. Roll the corn. We're talking about thousands of years ago. Paradise. Not today. Thousands of years ago. The Nile River was not paradise thousands of years ago. You had to fight for every piece of corn that was grown on the Nile. You had to fight for it. Tasseti, the American bow and arrow shooters. Now you starting to understand where the Tamari and the Tasseti come from. Tasseti is the land of the Cushites. Bow and arrows, protecting agriculture, gold, structures, irrigated rivers that feed my people. That's why they call it Tasseti, because the bow and arrow knock heads off for thousands of years. We were the most experienced people with the bow and arrow. They called it the land of Tasseti. Am I lying? Look it up. There's our people over there. We are the experts with the bow and arrow, people. Why you think you can go to an Indian mound and find arrows right now today? They still there. Flint arrows everywhere. Just dig in the ground and flint arrows everywhere. We created the bow and arrow and knock heads off with the bow and arrow. You create a bow and arrow to hit animals, people. Ain't no animals running around in the desert like that. Why would I create a bow and arrow in the desert? There ain't no deer running around. Start using this right here. This is gonna get us out the hood right here. This get us out the poverty right here. The man. Ain't no goddamn bow and arrow shooting in the desert. What you shooting at? A cactus? Nigga, we got big ass bison, antelopes, everything running around in motherfucker in America. What are you shooting at in Africa with the bow and arrow? It wasn't created there. That's why Taiseti, the land of the bow, is so memorized and remembered over there, because we were busting heads with the goddamn bow and arrow. Because we had already learned it from shooting at animals in Timeri. Because ain't nothing to shoot at in the desert. What you shooting at? A scorpion? Nada. Nothing. You ain't got nothing to shoot at. All you can do is fish the Nile and try to grow some wheat. That's all y'all can do over there. Eat some fish out the Nile and grow a little wheat. Barley. Try to grow some wheat. That's all y'all can do over there. Eat some fish out the Nile and grow a little wheat. Barley. Roll the corn. So, tomorrow, I'll show y'all where Egypt is talking about paradise. Where the Sumerians are talking about paradise. Where the ancestors come from. They are telling you where they come from, but the history is so hidden and messed up that we thinking they come from those lands. Agriculture don't come from those lands. That's crazy work. Appreciate y'all. Been a great live. If you missed it, come to YouTube later on and hop back on it and watch it again. Subscribe to my YouTube. The link is in my TikTok bio. I love y'all and I'm in love with you. Appreciate the support. We're going to keep rolling the coin. Long as we can, learn much as we can, as fast as we can. Roll the coin. Y'all have a great day. I love y'all and I'm in love with you because you God's chosen people on God's chosen land. We know the truth now. Roll the coin.